Being retired and in debt is a prospect no one wants to face, but it can happen to anyone. Homeowners often continue to pay off mortgages and support their family later in life. Some do not have a company or private pension to top up their state pension. Regular outgoings make it difficult to save for the long term, and many people end up with less money than they had hoped for in retirement. The last thing you want is to end up with no money for retirement. For a start, this whole idea of retirement, that is, stopping work and slowing down, isn't really a thing anymore. A lot of people, whether they have savings or not, are ignoring retirement age and continuing with some form of work, whether full-time or part-time. So don't feel that you have failed just because, for one reason or another, you haven't amassed the level of savings that will keep you in the way to which you would like to become accustomed in retirement. You're facing a whole new life with many possibilities. What you can do if you think there's a shortfall. Put off retirement. As I said above, retirement is really not the thing anymore. People are putting it off, doing semi-retirements or abandoning it altogether, depending on their situation and life choices. If, having done the calculations above, you realize that you really won't have enough money to afford your lifestyle, or you will only have enough to pay for the necessities, not the little luxuries too, then it's worth considering putting off retirement for a few years. That way you can spend extra time making money that you put into savings and/or investments to make sure your later years are paid for. Prioritize your debts. Work out which debts need to be paid first, as some will be more pressing than others. For example, debts with higher rates of interest could lead to greater problems if they remain unpaid. Generally, mortgage, rent and utilities are the highest priority debts as they could lead to you losing your home. Arrange a suitable timescale to pay your debt off if you can. A debt management plan, DMP, can help you make regular reduced payments to credit cards, overdrafts or loans over a set period. A DMP will affect your credit score however, so seek suitable advice before considering one. Consolidate your debts into one place. If you have multiple credit card or loan debts, it may be easier to manage them if they are combined into one single debt, with a single creditor and an agreed debt action plan. A balance transfer credit card can be useful, as it gives you more time to pay off credit card debt without having to pay interest if you make the minimum monthly payment. You should always note that by consolidating your debts, you could end up paying more over the entire term than with your existing debt. You can free up cash by downsize to a smaller home. For some older property owners, downsizing to a smaller and less expensive home could generate a substantial sum of money. Not only could your outgoings on day-to-day bills fall, but depending on the difference in price between the properties, there may be a large pool of value going untapped which you would then be able to access. However, not everyone wants to move, as the costs associated with doing so, coupled with the emotional stress of leaving the family home, can outweigh any benefits. If you prefer to remain in your own home, another way to free up cash is to release a portion of its value with equity release. Do a budget. While you're working out how much money you might have in your retirement pot, that's all of your savings, pensions, investments and state pension added together, it's important also to try to work out how much you will need to keep yourself going each month. So put together a monthly budget, taking into account outgoings like heating, electricity, water, council tax, food, transport, home repairs, mortgage repayments or rent, clothing, holidays and gifts. Check out our next video on how to budget for what you need on your retirement. Pull in some extra cash. The best way to top up your retirement pot is by earning more. Lots of people are working for longer these days and not just for the money. There are a lot of benefits to continuing to work. It keeps your brain active, which comes with plenty of health benefits. You don't necessarily have to work full-time. A part-time job might be enough to top up your income. After you reach state pension age, you pay less tax and no national insurance, so you can keep more of what you earn. Working gets you out of the house and meeting people. You could set up your own business and create a whole new world and life for yourself. There are more opportunities to work from home than ever before. You may enjoy your career and be happy keeping it. Invest while you can. Being in your 50s or 60s should also not stop you from getting into investing. You still have time for your money to grow. If your savings pot is small or non-existent, get your skates on now and invest in products that will build your money quickly so that you have some more funds to rely on when you are in your 70s and 80s. It's important to get some information before you delve into the stock market. Get free debt advice. No one should have to struggle with debt, especially in retirement. Free debt advice is available from organizations such as National Debtline, Citizens Advice Bureau and many more. Thanks for watching.